Top morning sports fans, top morning listeners, welcome to Sports in a Jiffy on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show, here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. That one place where I get to serve the very best of stories that are currently making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. Bits and pieces this morning, just so the way we have it on the back pages of the major dailies, whether you're a sports person, someone who loves the thrill of the game, or maybe you're an athlete yourself. This is the right place for you to be, because the early bird has gone around the world to catch this course, and I'm more than willing to serve them to you, serving to you fact or fact, and I'll make it come part of our listening pleasure on the show this morning. To the switch of the back of the net right now, we'll be getting the show on the road. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, an absolute honor to be your host on the show. Don't forget I can keep track of this update and so many others by following us across all social media platforms. We are currently live on our Facebook fan page at Empire Radio 102.1 FM. You can as well join us on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Taking stories coming through from the home front on this show this morning. Nigeria underlined its dominance in youth athletics on the final day of the third edition of the CAA African Under-18 Under-20 Athletics Championship, as the home favourite Miracle Ezechukwu led a sensational clean sweep in the girls 200 meters, powering to her third gold medal of the championship at the Park MK Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta on Sunday. Ezechukwu stormed to a victory in the Under-18 200 meter final with a personal best of 23.87 seconds. A compatriot Chigozie Onwako and Perezide Ziga finished second and third respectively, recording 24.01 seconds and 24.26 seconds to complete an emphatic Nigerian 1, 2, and 3 at the yesterday. Moments after the Under-18 triumph, Nigeria repeated defeat in the Under-20 women's 200 meter final as Success Oyibo led another clean sweep for the host nation when she blazed to a new personal best of 23.56 seconds yesterday as well. Earlier in the day, Nigeria won a protest regarding the Under-20 men's 4x100 meter relay team, because it was said that the initial claim of an exchange outside the zone and the competition of African athletics rode in Nigeria's favor, awarding the quartet of Saliu Toyib, Joachim Oyowinma, John Caleb, and Malik Oluwatobi the gold medal. Nigeria also won the gold and set its championship record in the women's Under-20 4x400 meter relay with the team of Odot Udo, Toiba Jimo, Anita Eneruna, and Favor Onya clocking a time of 3.37 seconds yesterday. There were standout performances from other African countries, like by the likes of South Africa, who had Mukona Manavela, who won his third gold medal of the competition by winning the Under-18 boys 200 meter with a time of 21.29 seconds yesterday. While in the others event, South Africa's Tumi Ramokogba also won the under-20 100 meter orders and the 400 meter orders double, while compatriots Meboxtian overcame a stumble to win the under-18 boys 400 meter orders in a time of 52.71 seconds. And away from the CAA right now, I will talk about tennis this morning. Fresh of a strong performance at the recently concluded ITTF Africa West Regional Championship, Nigerian table tennis players are brimming with confidence as they prepare for the WTT Contender Lagos, which kicks off tomorrow, July 22nd, at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Matikuti Ajoke Ojomo emerge as singles champions, with Nigerian athletes dominating the semi-final rounds across multiple categories. Men's singles semi-finalist Taiwo Mati highlighted the importance of the regional tournament in preparing them for the international stage. And away from that, at least 1,000 athletes from 31 countries have arrived in Abuja for the 2025 African Karate Championship, which kicks off on today and runs through July 28th. The president of the Karate Federation of Nigeria, Silas Agada, who mentioned to newsmen yesterday that 31 countries alongside host Nigeria would slug it out in 4 categories of the sport. Agada will listed the categories to include the cadet, which would accommodate athletes between 14 and 15 years, as well as junior category, which has athletes between ages 16 and 17. Other categories are senior and para karate, which would have athletes above 18 years respectively, who would definitely be slugging it out right there. The Karate Federation president also said that the General Assembly of the African Championship will also take place in Abuja within the same period. And the technical director of the federation, Dave Jegede, said Nigeria will be presenting 6 athletes for the championship, and the athletes are in high spirits ahead of the competition. before we go straight into the world of football this morning, breaking news coming through from yesterday, the fact that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has now announced that the state will be hosting the Africa's first ever E1 Championship on October 4 and 5, 2025. And the governor who made this known in a statement via his official X account yesterday, in his words, he said this weekend we're in Monaco experiencing the E1 Racing Championship. It was a good reminder of how innovation, determination, and bold ideas can come together to create something truly groundbreaking. The E1 Championship is the world's first all-electric powerboat series aimed at promoting clean energy and marine sustainability. According to the governor, Lagos' hosting of the global event affirms the state's readiness to join international conversations on sustainable energy and innovation in maritime transport. Away from that story right now, we'll go straight into the world of football, where Nigerian is definitely on a good space right about now. Let's start from the under-20 boys, the Flying Eagles, who have now qualified for the final of the ongoing Wafubi under-20 tournament in Ghana after a tense encounter against their Niger Republic counterparts, culminating in penalty shootout that ended 4-3 following a scoreless 90 minutes. Throughout the match, the Flying Eagles exhibited determination but faced challenges in converting several scoring opportunities, while on the other hand, the Nigerians adopted a strong defensive stance. The first half saw the Flying Eagles record 3 shots off target, while the opponents did not have any insight in the Nigerian goal. When the second half, the cup holder stepped up the attacking effort, showcasing robust intent to break through the organized Nigerian defense, which utilized a solid formation with 7 players focused on containment. The results yesterday, however, means that the Flying Eagles are in the final of the competition. I will confirm the winner of the second semi-final between Ghana and Ivory Coast later today. And away from that right now, let's go straight away from the home front. I will go straight to Europe. We start with the world of tennis on this show this morning. I tell you what, so much to talk about, so much to look into on the show. This is Sporting a Jiffy on your number one urban lifestyle station, IMPA Radio 102.1 FM. We serve this package every weekday from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. And on Mondays like this, we'll be back here later this evening between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Off Show, where we'll be doing 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews. 7 minutes to you just the way you like it. 3 Grand Slams done already this year. We have just 1 more to go. While we are preparing for the last Grand Slam of the year, which is going to be the US Open, a load of talks are already coming through from a couple of tennis athletes. Don't forget that earlier this week, last week, I beg your pardon, it was said that Ons Jabeur, with the Tunisian WTA athlete, has called it a time on her tennis career, not really retiring, but says she wants to go on a break. Of course, she's had a couple of topsy-turvy career because she's made it to the finals of the Wimbledon, that was last year. She also got to the final, the semi-final of the French Open last year as well, but definitely she's not been able to lay her hands on the trophy. But right about now, she's mentioned that she will be looking to take a break away from the game of tennis. While at that, we'll go straight into the ATP this morning, where British number 1 Jack Draper has withdrawn from the forthcoming tournament in Toronto and Cincinnati because of arm injury. The 23-year-old is targeting a return at the US Open, which is going to begin on 24th of August. Draper, who reached the US Open semi-finals in 2024, said on social media that after Wimbledon, I picked up an injury in my left arm, though nothing serious. The Canadian Open gets underway on 26th of this month, while the Cincinnati Open starts on 4th of August. Draper, let me remind you, was knocked out of Wimbledon in the second round as he lost in 4 sets to Croatia's Marin Cilic. Still more thoughts from the world of tennis this morning. Now straight to the ATP, where Olympic champion Zheng Zhengwen is taking a short break from the WTA tour after having arthroscopic surgery on her right elbow. The 22-year-old Chinese player was 5th seed at this year's Wimbledon but lost in the first round and said she has been dealing with persistent pain and now begins the recovery journey. The world number 6 wrote on Instagram, over the next weeks and months, I'll be focusing entirely on rehab, doing everything I can to come back stronger and also healthier. Zheng underwent the procedure on Friday and was grateful to have it behind her. She won the women's singles title at the Paris Olympics in 2024 and claimed the last of her 5 WTA titles at the Pan Pacific Open in Japan in October of that year. Zheng has never won a Grand Slam title, but reached the 2024 Australian Open final at the quarterfinal of the US Open twice and the last date of this year's French Open at the 4th and final major of the year, which is going to be at the Flushing Meadows in New York, is going to be starting on 24th of August. Away from that right now, let's take one more news from the world of tennis before we call it a wrap on that aspect of the show. It's been said that more professional wheelchair table tennis tennis event will take place at the ATP and WTA tournament next year following the approval of a new calendar structure by the International Tennis Federation. While specific events have not yet been confirmed, and the ITF says a number of the new ones will take place at the ATP and WTA tournament, creating a calendar including higher standards and elevated prize money. It's been understood that there will be at least 7 extra integrated events in 2026. The 4 Grand Slam currently have both wheelchair and non-wheelchair events, in addition to 6 ATP and WTA tournaments. Away from tennis right now, straight into the world of Formula 1. And yes, Formula 1 is now moving into the second half of the season with the Belgian Grand Prix at the Spa-Francorchamps from July 25 to 27. It's also a sprint weekend, so extra points are on offer in Saturday's 15-lap race. After winning the past 2 Grand Prix, Lando Norris has narrowed the gap in the Drivers' Championship to his McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri to just 8 points. And Sunday is going to be a main Grand Prix over 44 laps, which is going to be starting at about 2 p.m. British Standard Time. Friday, the practice session is going to commence. Sprint qualifying will be right after that. And on Saturday, there's going to be the sprint race, there's going to be the qualifying, and on Sunday is going to be the main race itself right there. And quickly, going into the camp of the Red Bull, don't forget that there's going to be a new boss at Red Bull going into the Belgian Grand Prix and for the remainder of the season, following Christian Horner sacking as Red Bull team principal and chief executive. Laurent Marquez has taken charge of the first time after his promotion from second team Racing Bulls. The 48-year-old Frenchman has been at Racing Bulls since the start of the 2024 season and was previously racing director for Ferrari. It is the first time anyone other than Horner has been in charge of Red Bull's main Formula 1 team since their debut in 2005. So yes, for the record, Christian Horner spent 20 solid years at the helm of affair of the Red Bull. Englishman Alain Permet, who is 48, has also been promoted to team principal of the Racing Bulls from his position as racing director. Straight into the world of football. This one, I thought you would have got scintillating stories to get your morning sizzling already. Summer sweep currently on the way, and a couple of teams are already looking to definitely get some players within their ranks and player switching sites already. Let's go straight into the camp of Arsenal, who over the weekend has also unveiled a new player. That's talking about Noni Madueke, all the way from Chelsea. Arsenal, however, have now landed in Singapore yesterday ahead of friendlies against AC Milan and Newcastle United before they head to Hong Kong, where they will play against Tottenham Hotspur on July 31. A trio of new faces, which includes Martin Zubimendi, Christian Nogard, and Kepa Arrizabalaga, are all part of the 30-man traveling squad with 52 million euros. Acquisition of Noni Madueke have been given a break following his involvement with Chelsea at the Club World Cup. Still talking about more transfers on the show. It's also been said that Arsenal definitely will be making further signings in the transfer market and has hinted at more new arrivals joining their preseason tour to Asia as talks continue with Sporting CP over a move for Victor Gyökeres. Definitely one name that is on everyone's lips right about now. Still talking about transfer based on the show this morning, Thibaut Courtois has now agreed a new contract at Real Madrid, which is going to run until 2027, and that's going to be in June. The goalkeeper's previous deal had been due to expire next summer. Courtois Lautaro, who is 33, joined Madrid in 2018 and has since reinforced his status as one of the world's most reliable goalkeeper, winning 2 Champions League trophies and 3 La Liga titles at the Santiago Bernabeu. Away from that story right now, still more transfer beef on the show this morning. Marcus Rashford is said to have landed in Barcelona yesterday ahead of completing a season-long loan move from Manchester United. Rashford, who is 27, will undergo a medical earlier in the week, and if everything goes as planned, will be presented as a Barca player before the end of the tour. Barca will fly to Asia and this Thursday, and coach Hansi Flick was keen to have Rashford with a team in Japan and South Korea to give him much time as possible to bed in before the season starts in August. Don't forget that if Barca are able to complete the transfer for Marcus Rashford, it's going to be the only second Englishman to ever play for Barca, with the first person being Gary Lineker in the time past. And away from that story right now, still more transfer beef on this show this morning. It's also been said that forward Alvaro Morata is now set to join Serra side. Como is the latest move for the Spain international, who is 32 after spending 6 months at Galatasaray. Morata left Atletico Madrid for AC Milan last summer, but after a change of coach saw him surplus to requirements, he joined Galatasaray on loan in February, and the forward will now join coach Cesc Fabregas at Como, who finished 10th on their return to Italy's top flight just last season. More beats on the show this morning, bringing you more stories. It's also been said that Manchester United are hopeful of completing the signing of Brian Mbeumo in time to be part of their squad for the preseason tour of the United States. United have agreed a deal in excess of 70 million euros with Brentford for the Cameroon forward. Mbeumo has undergone a medical and agreed personal terms ahead of his move to Old Trafford. An official announcement is expected on Sunday or later today. Ruben Amorim's side are set to fly to the training base in Chicago tomorrow. Sports in a Jiffy right here on iPad Radio 102.1 FM, and that's how much we're thinking on the show this morning. Many thanks to you for being a part of the show.